Hello everyone and welcome back to some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where today we're going to be taking another look at the bonus game without touching the ground. Last time we took a look at this challenge, we used Jigglypuff, and I left a poll asking who you thought could do this challenge as well. And the 13% that voted Peach is correct. Now, you're probably wondering, why isn't Kirby the correct answer? I mean, isn't he the same as Jigglypuff? I mean, they both have 6 jumps. Well, the thing about Kirby is that he is a lot slower in air than Jigglypuff, which doesn't allow him to make some of the longer horizontal gaps. So that's why Peach excels, because she has a hover ability and then a upbeat that allows her to get a huge amount of horizontal distance. And the video is almost over, although I need to go in depth on actually what's going on. So let's go ahead and slow this down, because this is kind of crazy because we have a lot of hard maneuvers that we're going to have to go through. And there's a lot of stuff to explain. So after this loads, let's go. Now the first thing to note is Peach spawns on the ground like every other character. And because this is during a cutscene, we can service a meta ground press. Now right at the beginning, I use Peach's double jump in order to get up. And notice how she lands. Her dress crumples, and this is important for later, where I'll be using it to explain something. And it's a little up here where we're going to need to notice how she falls. Now, right up here, we need to use Peach's hover ability. And here's the thing, we need to use her hover ability twice. But the problem is, we can't recharge it because we don't have any semi-solids to stand on. Thankfully, this electric block, which we can stand on, or we don't even stand on it, we just get hit by it. It allows us to recharge our float. In fact, it gives us our double jump back as well. So with that, we're allowed to recharge our float, and then we're able to make it over here. You might be able to make it to that next semi-solid to the right, but I haven't tested that out. Instead, I decided to go up before going under this block. And here, it's kind of a close call, and this is why we needed to see how Peach's dress crumples. Because I used up B right here, and it might look like she actually touches the ground, but as it was kind of slow, you could see that her dress didn't crumple, meaning the game never considered her to touch the ground. Another thing that you could see is, well, a better word is here, is that she physically never touched the ground, because you can hear the touching the ground sound effect doesn't play there. And you might think, well, there was some dust particles that kind of appeared, but that occurs anytime Peach uses her up B. So, thankfully, I can say that I did not touch the ground there. But back to where we are now. Here we have to activate that block, and that's because we have to go into this sort of secret area. This is because going underneath is a bad idea, because we have to go a lot farther if we go underneath. But sadly, we do not have enough speed in order to make it underneath this falling block. But we have Peach's side B, which can ricochet off of objects, which allows us to go ahead and break the block quite easily. We can use our double jump in order to go ahead and make it to the semi-solid before using her up B. And now we are through the hardest part, and all we have to do is make 2 more really hard jumps. The first is right here, where we have to go ahead and destroy a block before falling down, and this wall prevents us from getting much horizontal distance. But since we have our double jump, we can go ahead and get quite a bit of distance before using Peach's up B to land on his semi-solid. And this is probably one of the more difficult jumps right here because we have a little bit of a hard section with the ceiling because it has a corner that we would normally get stuck on. So we actually want to use Peach's double jump instead of her first jump. This gives us more distance, and then we can use her hover to make it to victory, before using her up B to make it into the cannon, and then we can safely make it to the end. And with that, we have beaten the bonus game without touching the ground with Peach. And this probably works with Daisy too. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.